up and welcome to another Confident Club, Cuppa.
Hello everybody, nice to see you, Steve.
Hello, Curly.
So you may or may not know, everybody, that Steve has got out his new book. Yay! It's very, very, very exciting. So I thought I'd ask him a couple of questions about it, because this is his third edition. So Steve, as I said, it's your third edition. So the first one, let me have a look, came out in 2000. The second edition came out in 2007, so it's 13 years. An awful lot's happened over that time. And in fact, in your preface to the third edition, it says a lot's happened. CFAX, Woolworths, Big Brother, Bowie, Prince, Yellow Pages, Muhammad Ali, one of Steve's heroes, and Grumpy Cat have all left. But we've got wellness, hydration, decluttering. It's making me laugh. This is good. Conscious uncoupling, self-partnering. I won't do it all. Ed Sheeran, Frozen, Frozen 2, Brexit, and Trump. That's a lot of stuff that's happened, Steve.
Yeah, they all turned up in the last 20 years as well, yeah.
Yeah. But what about the Chicken of Doom? Does that get a mention?
Well, in case you don't know about book publishing, right? So people may think that I came up with this title to reflect the challenging times we're in, you know, like there's a lot of people using that F word, probably in terms of, you know, lost my job, lost my business, whatever, right? Just a coincidence, just a lucky accident that was. So the book had gone to typesetters, right? Just as COVID kind of hit, and I went, the final typeset had been done. And when the final typeset's done, the publisher goes, you do realise once you sign this off, Steve, that's it, you can't change it. Well, why would I want to, you know, because it's whatever. And then COVID happened, right? And that's when they said, oh, by the way, it's meant to be launched this was last June. So the original draft of the book was written well over a year ago. It's meant to be launched last June, Curly, and all.
Yeah.
Smith, if again, for those people who may be a bit concerned about the title, W.H. Smith love that title. They love it. They went, if with this book and this title, we will put it in all our stores. We'll put
right, good.
Yeah, which is great, right?
Yeah,
in June last year, it was meant to be launched in all W.H. Smith's travel outlets. So if you go to the train station or the airport, trouble is none of them were open last June. So they said we're not going to launch it then, right? So in fact, it was launched this January officially, although we're launching it properly ourselves. So you could have bought it this January, and it was at number 8 at one point, and I think it got up to number 5 at one point in all W.H. Smith travel outlets, like particularly at places like Heathrow Airport. I know.
I can see they're selling a lot out there.
Then there's not travel corridors. Like anybody coming now has got to spend 2 weeks in a hotel or whatever when they get here, right? So we thought we better start promoting it, Curly, really.
Yeah.
So I don't know what I was telling you. Oh, yes. So reference to Chicken of Doom. I said, well, can't I just change forward? Because as you just mentioned, the original forward was about, that's a long time, 20 years, you know, and I've added 3 new steps because a lot of things have happened in my life since 13 years ago, right? So I thought I'd better reflect them. So I said, can't I just make a change to forward? So actually, the only reference in the forward, if you look at it, just says, and something else happened. What was it called? Coronavirus. That's a reference.
That's it.
However, the point I would make though is this: that I think the book has never been more relevant than now, because it's about, you know, it's aimed at young people. It's about self-development. It's about how do you pick yourself up from floor when we've all been battered down. I mean, everybody has, you know, when you homeschool your kids or whatever. So I'm even more convinced that, you know, with a bit of humor as well, even though they're really profound ideas and not of the American rah-rah way, that young people, but all of us will find some optimism, but some practical tips in the book. So I think it's a really good time for it to come out, to be honest.
Yeah. And also, we all need a chuckle. I love that word. We all need a chuckle, don't we?
Yeah.
And if you're going to learn something new, particularly as a young person, why not enjoy reading it?
I know from the second edition and from previous editions, right? A lot of people buy it because they think it's just going to be funny, and that's fine. Because if I get it in their hands, right, and stick it, and a lot of people stick it downstairs low, you know, for visitors to pick up, because it's in digestible chunks, you know, each step's quite short. So it's good that, because I kind of get under the radar. Because they start reading it, they go, hang on a minute, this is quite useful. I thought it was just going to be funny, but it's not. It's funny and it's useful. which
Oh,
is
brilliant.
my goal. You know, that's my vision. So
Well, he is from Yorkshire, isn't he? After all, practical
so
man.
buy it and stick it in the toilet. Finally, so many people tell me, you know, people on LinkedIn or whatever, people I've known for years go, oh, Steve, the amount of books I've had to rebuy, right? So if you're one of my previous readers who gave your second edition to somebody, I'm thinking about a friend of mine in Dubai. He gave his second edition to somebody in Dubai, right? And he said, I never got it back. So I bought it 4 times, right, so far. So buy a new one now and give that to somebody when you're ready, is what I would say.
And I know he's finished doing his big selling job. We'll say goodbye for now, and we'll see you next week.
I'll see you.
Bye, everybody.